Joining me live is Ian Parmiter, Middle East specialist at ANU's Centre for Arab and Islamic Studies. Always great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, Ian. We just heard there US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. He's on his fourth trip to the Middle East since the start of the Gaza war. He's scheduled to visit Turkey, Jordan, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Israel, the West Bank, Egypt and Greece. So a big trip. We're hearing that it's their main aim to ease tensions. What else do you think he's hoping to achieve?
I think it would be looking at talking to states which may be able to mediate between the parties. Certainly Turkey is able to mediate with Hamas. It has a good understanding relationship with Hamas, and it's important that it's going to Qatar, which has done significant mediation, and Egypt as well. So it will be seeking to see if there's any scope for mediation to bring the hostilities down to a level where, as the US Secretary of Defense put it, it would be basically an intelligence-based operation where Israel would have its forces based outside Gaza, but would go in when it gets intelligence of the target that it wants to hit. Essentially, though, what the United States wants is to reduce the number of civilian casualties, the civilian deaths, because this rebounds not just against Israel in terms of its international reputation, but also very much against the United States, which is providing a lot of support for Israel. So he'll be trying to try to calm tensions down to the extent that they can be in a situation that's as volatile and inflamed as we have in Gaza.
So how much do you think the Biden administration has, if any, on the influence on the way Israel conducts the war in Gaza?
I don't think it has nearly as much as it would want. Blinken, in mid-December, made the point that he was telling the Israelis that he wanted the war wrapped up by the start of the new year. Well, we're already 6 days into the new year, and the war certainly is a long way from being wrapped up. Although the defense minister, the Israeli defense minister, Yoav Gallant, has said that they hope soon to be moving into a less intensive phase of the war. But by and large, I think we have to say that the United States attempts to let's say mediate with Israel on the way that it runs the war have not been successful. Israel has its own priorities, and it will follow those priorities. And of course, the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, needs to demonstrate to the Israeli people that he is basically right on top of protecting them from the security perspective again. That's something where his own reputation is very much at stake.
We're hearing reports Israel is believed to have been responsible for the Beirut strike. However, it hasn't formally claimed responsibility. Ian, why would that be? And is there any doubt, do you think, that Israel was responsible?
I think, first of all, taking the second question, there's no doubt that Israel was responsible. We have American sources saying that the Israelis were briefing the Americans at that time that they were going to be launching the attack, which would eventually kill Saleh al-Aruri. But the second, or your initial question, why would they not claim responsibility? Israel doesn't always claim responsibility. First of all, it's technically a breach of international law to launch a violent action in another state. And Israel doesn't, while it will do it without hesitation if it feels that security is at stake, doesn't want to get involved in any sort of legal action. Secondly, it just reinforces the Israeli perspective, the Israeli threat that they will hit Hamas targets wherever they are without their knowing it, and so it's a very effective way of operating.
We do have to wrap it up. We've got about 30 seconds, but what do you think will be the impact, or more of the impact, of Aruri's assassination on Israel's war in Gaza?
I don't think it'll make that much difference. He was a very important symbolic target, very senior figure, but essentially the war will continue in the way that Israel chooses to conduct it in Gaza itself. So we'll just have to see. I don't think Abruri had any real impact on the way Israel was conducting that war. He was too far away. His job was really to liaise with Hezbollah and with Iran.
Ian Parmenter, as always, we really do appreciate your time and expertise. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.